Can I just start by asking, is the minister comfortable with disabled people earning, well, at least some of them, $2 an hour for potentially doing a very similar line of work than someone on the minimum wage would be earning?
What I'm very comfortable with is disabled people being in work, and that the minimum wage exemption ensures that a group of New Zealanders that otherwise would be completely shut out of a job have the opportunity to be in employment.
So is the minister saying, because when I look at the Ministry of Social Development website, and for the reasons to stop the development of a wage supplement, some of the reasons were given around potentially people losing their job as a result of this. But would it not be correct to say that the supplement could have simply just topped up the contributions from employers to bring those incomes to at least the minimum wage? And if so, how would that have contributed to job losses?
Yeah, so the challenges, and if I think about the 12 disability enterprises as a group that are from one end of the country to the other, one of the challenges that they clearly talk to me about that I agree with in terms of removing the minimum wage exemption is the fact that a group of New Zealanders who have significant challenges and would clearly produce less in an hour than someone else may well be shut out of employment, is the first thing. The second is relativity. So in the disability enterprises, there are people who are fully employed, able-bodied people who work and support those who may well be on a minimum wage exemption permit. And so you then have a challenge around the comparison between the two. And the third is the disability enterprises were very, very concerned about their viability and their ability to stay open with the changes that the former government was progressing. So those are the three reasons that I'm very comfortable. While not perfect, the minimum wage exemption on balance, I wanted to retain it, not progress with the changes that the previous government proposed, because first and foremost for me, I want to see more disabled people in employment, and those with severe intellectual disabilities, which is predominantly the group I'm referring to here, the opportunity for them to be in a workplace, to connect with others, to form relationships and friendships and be part of a community is incredibly valuable. And I wouldn't want to be a minister that saw those opportunities ripped away from them.
Can I just pick up on the comment? The minister said, quote, may produce less than someone else just now as part of that justification for retaining the minimum wage exemptions. But isn't it the case that if you're an able-bodied person outside of the minimum wage exemptions and say you're contributing less than your peers, you're still afforded the same legal protections to at least earn the minimum wage? Or is the minister implying that actually we're going to start basing off who we exempt from minimum wage based on some almost eugenic type definition of productivity?
That is a ridiculous statement.
That is your words, not mine, though, Minister. You just said that someone may produce less than someone else, quote, to justify someone earning less than minimum wage.
Yeah, so let's look at a real example. So someone who might be working at, pick one of the places, Altus, Kilmarnock, Cargill Enterprises, you name it, right? They have a severe intellectual disability, and they might be working, 5 days a week. They might be working 1 day a week. And their role on the part of the production that they're on is incredibly important, incredibly rewarding, and they love coming to work every day.
Just finally...
I haven't finished. I want to say this. Yeah. I want to say this because for that person, it is incredibly important that they continue to be employed. They also get their full supported living payment as well as earning, with abatement, any hourly rate that they get beyond that. The Labour Department are very careful. They are very careful in awarding these permits so that there can be no exploitation. And I have wanted to be very clear about that level of protection. But we are talking about a small group of New Zealanders, predominantly intellectual disabilities, who have significant challenges and would otherwise potentially miss out on employment in its entirety. And I don't think that is fair or right to a group of New Zealanders who are currently in a workplace. And for many, it can be a transition elsewhere. There's a woman I met recently in Dunedin who had previously been working at Cargill Enterprises. And then when I met her again, she was working on the Dunedin hospital upgrade. So for her, working in a disability enterprise was a pathway to mainstream employment. I don't want disabled people to miss out on that kind of opportunity.
Supplementary, Paula.